Hello, I'm Dennis Pullin. One of my favorite parts about being president and CEO of Virtua Health is getting to know our colleagues and the many ways they are here for good. Each person contributes to healthy communities, and each person has a story to tell. Let's meet one. So Cindy, welcome to Here for Good, the Insight Edition.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you. So before we get started, let's cover some basic things. So tell me, where do you work and how long have you been there?
So I am a practice manager at Virtua Primary Care in Mount Laurel and Briggs Road, and I have been with Virtua for 8 years.
What led you to where you are today?
Well, I actually started out on the street as an EMT, and I did that for several years, and eventually became a medical assistant and joined Virtua.
I think I've heard you were a volunteer with the volunteer fire department,
Yes, yeah.
so how was that?
That was amazing. I was a volunteer EMT and firefighter for the city of Beverly for over 20 years. But I have recently handed that over to the younger generation.
What was it that made you decide, one, I sort of get the EMT part. What drove you to want to be a volunteer?
Honestly, I have no idea. I never even saw myself being an EMT. So the fire department came first and the EMT came second. I felt volunteering to do something great in the community, and it just was something that struck me as something I wanted to do.
And so you made the transition from EMT or being a firefighter, EMT to an MA, and now a praxis manager.
Yes.
What's been that secret sauce to your success?
Honestly, I believe that it's education and opportunity. Virtua is actually paying for me to obtain my bachelor's degree in healthcare administration. Thank
Right.
you.
You're quite welcome.
And also my medical assistance license, I keep that as well because it helps support my staff. And also clinical operations was a department that I worked in here at Virtua, which gave me a little bit more of an edge to have more background in managing a primary care practice, meeting our quality measures, and of course, our care goals.
So you mentioned your staff. I know you have been a huge advocate for your staff, making sure that they're heard, they're seen. How does that translate to the colleagues when they know they have someone that they work with that really wants them to be valued and to be heard and to be seen?
I think they appreciate it. I think that they enjoy the recognition. Honestly, as a human myself, I enjoy recognition, knowing that what the work that they're doing is positive and it impacts the lives of the patients that we care for.
So some of that recognition, I'm told that you often use Virtua's Facebook page in order to highlight some of the work
I do.
that your staff has been doing. Share a little bit about how that came about or how you utilize that.
So I utilize the Facebook page to shout out for my colleagues, for my staff, and show them how much I appreciate them and what a great job that they're doing. Employees have become successful and moved on to other practices, and that's fabulous. We want to keep them in Virtua, but just shining the light on them, showing them how positive, the impact that they're making.
Responsible utilization of social media platforms. Do you think that is a space for other leaders to sort of take advantage of, to highlight other colleagues? Is that something that you suggest or recommend to some of your other colleagues to use?
Absolutely. I think using social media as a positive platform is what it really should be utilized for. Sharing those positive feedbacks about your staff, about the great things that Virtua is doing, and using that platform for exactly that, sharing the good.
How has it been received by the colleagues that you are highlighting?
Very well. Very well. They're very appreciative. We've had great positive comments on the feed, and they really enjoy it.
So you've been a manager now for a little over 5 years?
Yes.
So as I'm sure there's been many things, but is there one thing that sort of stands out with you that you're pretty proud of in terms of what you and your team have built?
I have to say it's the staff. Without the staff, we're really, we stand alone. But with them, their ability to learn and be willing to always take on a new challenge. They're really fantastic.
If I were to talk to one of them and ask them to describe you and your leadership philosophy or the things that they know are important to you, what would they say?
They would say that they would be most proud that I support the team and that we have a team environment, which is really hard to gain. Having them entrust in me that I support them physically by backing them up as a medical assistant.
And I was going to ask you to describe what does that support look like, and some of which is
Supporting them when they're short. When we're short-staffed, being a clinical manager, I'm able to help them. I understand their struggles. I understand because I've been there. I've been the medical assistant working short-staffed, and supporting them in those times. So I think that they would say that the team is really, as a team leader, let's say, that's what they're proud of.
what advice would you give to other leaders when it comes to the utilization of some of the social media platforms in terms of recognizing team members? When advice you would give them in terms of how to let colleagues know that they are being heard, that they're being valued, that they're being seen, what would you recommend to other leaders?
I would say go for it. Just go for it. Go out there and put those posts up there and share all the good that's happening in your practices, and accept the positive feedback, because I really feel that this is a great opportunity to shine on your staff.
When a busy week is sort of concluded, how do you recharge? What's sort of a perfect getaway for Cindy? What is it that sort of fills your cup back up?
Oh, that's easy. My husband and I are pontoon boat owners, so we love to be on the water. Just sitting out on the water, floating around, relaxing, sometimes crabbing, fishing, clamming. It's just a great day out. Any day out on the water is a great day on the water.
I can imagine how relaxing that must be. So what's next for you?
What's next for me? I am excited to look and see what's next for me in Virtua. I have goals. I see myself moving in Virtua, staying with Virtua.
I hope so, since you just told me we're paying for your bachelor's
Absolutely.
degree. I would hope once you finish that, you plan on sticking around.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, it's been my pleasure to have a moment to talk with you about the many wonderful things that you're doing within your own department and how you're supporting your other colleagues and just creating an environment where people actually know that they are valued and they matter.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, this has been another great episode of Here for Good, the Inside Edition, where I have an opportunity to talk to many of our wonderful leaders. So tune in next time for another episode.